Investment process means the steps involved in investment. Okay. So the first step is understanding the client. Suppose you're the investor and you're going to invest on behalf of the client. You need to understand the client first. Or suppose you yourself, you're going to be the client, you should understand what is needed by you. So understand what the client requires or what is needed by you, for what purpose you're investing the money, and what type of risk that you are ready to undertake. Okay, the capacity to undertake risk. Okay, and the tax status of yourself as well as the client on behalf of whom you're going to invest your money. So these are the main things that you need to understand. One is that you should understand the client's need, that is your needs. Then you should find out what is the capability to take up risk, and what is the tax status. Then the next is allocating the asset, that is asset allocation decision. Asset allocation decision. How much you're going to invest on the different types of assets. Okay. So here you've got different types of assets, like you've got fixed assets. Okay. And fixed income securities you've got, and you've got equities, you've got real estate, you've got gold, etc., etc. It goes on. Okay. So you should decide on what type of asset you're going to allocate the money. So that is the next step. Okay. Then the third process is that where, see here another point we can tell for asset allocation decision, where you can also decide about whether you're going to invest in domestic asset, you're going to invest in foreign asset. That also can be decided. Then we can go for the portfolio strategy selection, where portfolio means it is a combination of various types of securities. Okay, so how you're going to choose the right strategy. Okay, right strategy for the portfolio that you have chosen. Okay, and this is going to be a basis of selecting the assets also, and it also helps in framing investment policies and investment objectives. Okay, then the asset selection decision. Okay, you have decided what type of asset you're going to select for investment purpose. Okay, so each asset, no, it has got its own classes. Like you have got shares, means you have got equity, you have got preference. It goes on, no. In equity itself, you have got so many categories where you can call income oriented equity shares or growth oriented equity shares. Means income oriented equity shares means regularly you can earn income on on regular basis. Growth means it will be for a longer period of time where the return is going to be higher. Okay, or it could be fixed income securities also, like bonds or something like that. So this all like you need to take decision regarding the assets also on which you're going to invest your money. The asset allocation, no, decision is relating to how much of fund you're going to allocate on a particular asset. But here the third step, that is fourth step, no, it speaks about the decision relating to selection of asset. What type of asset? I told you on the previous day, equity is for like you people, you are all youth, you can go in for equity shares because it's for a longer period of time. So if you take up me, I will only opt for going in for investing in debt because I'm older than you. Okay, I cannot go in for equity. Okay, then evaluating portfolio performance. Portfolio performance again comes a combination of securities. So you need to measure what is the performance, in the sense that you should determine whether the objectives have been achieved or not. What for you are making investment? To get maximum return. So based on the asset that you're going to select, what is the amount that you're going to invest? At last, you're going to measure what is the return that you have got out of your investment. Okay. Then the next slide speaks about the attributes of investment. What are the features? The same thing, only in a different way, in a different terms, they have given attributes. I think there are many topics which are in a repetitive nature. So let's see these attributes also, no problem. return. Already we have seen what is return. Okay. Return means a good rate of return on investment. Okay. Is the first and foremost condition for effective investment. So this rate of return is going to be the ratio of what? The sum of annual income and the price. Annual income and the price appreciation for purchasing price of the asset or investment. The same thing has been given here. So you need to find out the ratio between what is the income that you are going to get out of purchasing a particular asset. Okay. So that is what is the return, what you get out of your investment. Okay. Example you can tell here, suppose a person invested in equity shares. Suppose one of you is going to invest in equity shares in a company A at the price of rupees 100. Okay. During the year, the company A, company A will pay dividend to the shareholder at rupees 10. For example, only I'm telling at rupees 10. The price of the share at the end of the year is going to be rupees 115. Okay, the price will go up to 115. Okay, so how you will find out the rate of return here is what is the dividend given to the shareholder? 10. Okay, so 10 plus what is the difference between the price? At the time of investment, 100, and now the price of the share has gone up by 115. So 115 minus 100. So 10 plus 15 divided by 100, you will be getting a ratio. 25% is the ratio. Okay, this is how you are going to calculate. So actually we don't have sums, only the theory. So I told. Okay, risk, what is this risk? The rate of return on different investment options varies a lot. It differs. Okay, if you're going to invest in mutual fund, it is highly risky. If you're going to invest in government security, it is less risky. Risk involved is very less. Okay, so more return is expected out of high risky investment. Example, mutual fund. What is risk means? Risk is uncertainty of returns. Uncertainty of returns. Okay, so this already we have seen in the first class itself. I need not explain much about this. Then liquidity. Liquidity is marketability of an investment or conversion of an asset, easy convertibility of an asset into cash. That is what is called as liquidity. So marketability of an investment means to what extent you are able to sell out your investment in a quicker way. That is what is called as liquidity. Example, equity shares of a big company can be easily liquidated, can be easily sold out. Big company, for example, Tata, TCI, okay, Wipro and all. These company shares can be easily sold out in the stock market. As compared to when you're going to invest in real estate, no, it cannot be easily liquidated. Okay, this is liquidity. Then tax benefit. In the previous class, I spoke about the tax benefit. If you invest in certain shares or in certain plans, you will be getting tax benefit and tax shield. I told you, like example, ULIP, unit linked insurance plan, Sukanya, Samriddhi, Yojana and all I told you. So you will be able to get up to 1,50,000 of tax benefit. Okay. And even if you're going to invest in equity linked saving schemes or LIC or a public provident fund or national savings scheme and bond, you will be able to get a tax benefit up to 1,50,000. Okay. So this is what. So you need to find out before investing your money into any asset, whether you will be able to avail tax benefits. Tax benefits means your that amount what you have invested could be less from the actual tax that you will have to pay. Okay, the last one is the convenience. Convenience is the ease of investments. It is called as ease of investment. Ease of investment. Ease of investment example here again, it is easy to invest in equity shares compared to real estate. Compared to real estate, that too in the pandemic, definitely I think stock markets are dynamic than the real estate business, because real estate business are down now, but stock markets are dynamic. There are many reasons why stock markets are dynamic, because people think that the prices of the stocks would have come down because of pandemic, because of lack of income in the hands of the consumers and the people. But that is not the reason. That is the main reason why many of them opt to invest their money in shares, that too in a pandemic period. So that is why the stock market is dynamic. Okay. So yeah, that is what I told you. So these are the attributes of investment. Okay. And the next topics we will see in the coming classes. Okay. Thank you.